Yeah, g'day guys, welcome back to the channel. So we headed from the last day of our 11 days road trip. We headed from out at Main Beach, lake entrance there, and spent the day travelling across to the Victorian Highlands. So the issue I had in there was, look, I took some photos driving in there. We were sort of driving in up and into the Highlands during sunset, and if you've ever been up into the Victorian Highlands in Australia, there's a lot of up, a lot of down, and a lot of windy roads, and pretty narrow roads too. So there's not a lot of places to stop. And when I did have a chance to stop and take a couple of photos, I was very under the pump, not by just my timing to get into our camp, but by also the light. There wasn't a lot of it, and what it was doing was very brief, and I really just had to seize that moment. We did have it lined up with our campsite that we may be late, but lucky I pushed on, because when we got there, the lady thought that she had already looked after us and everybody had left the office and we were left high and dry. But thankfully, the lady was just closing up inside the office. She opened the door, and yeah, that's when she told us that she thought she'd already seen us in. But yeah, we got into camp safely. So there's not as much video content in this one. There's just nowhere up there to launch the drone and do any travel content. Yeah, just really under the pump, and seizing the brief moments with what the light was doing. So you'll have to forgive me, but I will still put the photos up. I got a really nice shot just after the sun had set, in high in the mountains. I got another really nice shot with some poplar deciduous trees, where for the most part they were in the shadow, and the background was in the shadow, but the tops of the trees had some lovely soft golden light, just illuminating the tops of the trees. So I'll put them in with the other photo I got in there. I did go in there for a sunset or a sunrise at Cathedral Hump, but the weather just was like, everything was a no-no. So we weren't going to hike up there for nothing. So I took some redemption out at Lake Catani on Mount Buffalo. So yeah, I'll put that up into the video as well. But yeah, just bear through me with this video. There's not a lot I could do. It was also the last day on the road trip, and I was pretty frazzled. You know, I done some big hours, a lot of driving, a lot of locations, a lot of video, a lot of photo, a lot of processing, and yeah, it sort of all got the better of me. You know, not to make excuses, but you know, it is what it was, and it was what it is. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the video. It was a pleasure getting them all to you. I hope some of you guys are lucky enough to watch the whole lot of the videos from our road trip. There's definitely a lot of bucket list locations for anybody traveling through Australia or even living in Australia. We're on the last day of our 11-day road trip. With a massive road trip for those of you who've been following. But we're up in Mount Buffalo National Park. We've we were going to go up to Cathedral Hump, but it just said that it was going to be an absolute whiteout up there, and yeah, I didn't think it was worth it, so we bailed out on that. And I figured we'd come up to a place called Lake Catani, and with any luck, a little bit of light should come through Lake Catani for us. But I figured I'd just stop at while there's not any sunlight up and out, stop at Ladies Bath Falls. So last time I was up here I had to share this area with a tremendous amount of people. But I'll throw those photos up into this video, and if I'm able to get something new I will put that photo up as well. But anyway, I'm hiking up some stairs and I'm going to huff and puff like a madman, so I'll be back with you soon. Alrighty, so we're up. It's not a big hike, but for some reason I'm struggling for breath over the last week. I don't know what's going on. But don't get me wrong, I usually struggle, but not like this. Anyway, I'll turn this around and give you a look. Last time I was up here I had to shoot this from down a little bit. There were some girls up here swimming and there was just people everywhere. Anyway, today I'll have it to myself, so I'll get up a bit closer into the pond and get a different photo. Anyway, I'll give you a look at what I'm looking at. There you go. How's that? The cleanest, clearest water you've ever seen. Probably the coldest too. Anyway, so I'm probably going to frame up something like what you see here. With the rocks all down here in an arc, the pool and the waterfall. So I'll shoot this on probably around f11, ultra wide angle, and I'll use a polarizer to get rid of the glare on the water. The flow is okay, so that's good. I do want to press on up to Lake Catani just to see if I can get anything up there. So yeah, I'll set up my tripod and get this shot happening. And I'll drop this shot and my shots from here last time in the video, and let me know what you think of them. Alright guys, so we made it over to Lake Catani. Now, over this side, all the way over that side of the lake, in the backdrop behind the bush area, is a lot of campsites that you can camp at. So if you can book far enough in advance, it's a stunning place to be set up for camp. The lake in itself is just absolutely fantastic. It's got a gorgeous swamp area that runs all the way around the edges. But you can see by way of light, we haven't had much to work with. We've got some nice definition in the clouds, which is good. Helps add some detail to the photo. But it's such a big, expansive area. So last time I was here, I put on the 1-400, and I zoomed in so I could get some compression in the mountains in the backdrop. Now, it was a good idea, but the reality of it turned out to be that I ended up having to pan too many photos across, and even though I went double up, 2 rows of verticals, I ended up with a very, very slither of a massive photo. So today I've put the wide angle on. I haven't really zoomed in, and I've only had to do 4 shots across. On another shot, I zoomed in a bit, and I've done 5 shots across. So these are both generally pretty standard for a pano without having to do double rows. I did do one with double rows just to make sure that I'm okay, but they're a bit of a pain in the backside sometimes, because your tripod needs to be dead level, and every time you come across, you've got to make sure every frame is level, because you've got multiple vertical frames all on it. But yeah, stunning area. Lots of colour in this is seen in the swampland. You know, your greens, your browns, your yellows. It's absolutely stunning. But look, I'll put this panel together and put it up in the video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow along with the channel. Obviously, the channel's going to go nowhere if people aren't getting behind it, so I do appreciate that. Yeah, Deb's just cooked up some breakfast, so we're going to have some breakfast, and we've got a good 7 hours on the road to get home today. So it's the last big drive, and we'll be home after 11 days on the road. It's a bit hard reality to come to, but it is what it is. Got to go home and keep earning money, I guess. But, thanks for coming along for the ride. Be good or good at it, and we'll see you in the next one.